Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benanin, and for today's video we're going to be doing another sunscreen review. Today we're reviewing the Skin Aqua UV Super Moisture Milk. This is an SPF 50 plus PA of 4+. The active ingredients in here are diethylamino hydroxyl benzoyl hexylbenzoate. I feel like I'm casting a spell with that. That is basically Uvinol A+. And then ethyl hexyl methoxycinnamate, which is octinoxate, and then it also has zinc oxide in here. So this is basically a combo sunscreen. It's got that zinc, so the mineral filters, and then it has the two chemical filters, the Uvinol A+ and the octinoxate. This is a Japanese sunscreen. It is 40 milliliters, and I got mine off of Stylevana. At the time it was retailing for about $8. They do claim that this is water resistant for up to 40 minutes. So this is a sunscreen milk. I'll show you guys the texture. You definitely want to shake this. There's a little like bead thing in here that makes a noise when you shake it. So I'll just show you guys what it looks like on the back of my hand. I'm also going to show you what it looks like on my face later on, but I think this is always helpful for some of these textures just to see how runny and milky it is. As you guys see, I put a little bit on and it's running right down. When I rub it in, it is very hydrating. So if you like a hydrating sunscreen, this is the one for you. You put it on, it's basically like water on your face. It is slightly moisturizing. I wouldn't necessarily consider this a moisturizing sunscreen. I would probably wear something else underneath it, even if you are oily, just because it's not that moisturizing, but it is hydrating. So when you first put it on, as you guys will see, it does look a little bit shiny, a little bit dewy, but I find that when you let it really settle in and dry down, it becomes more of a natural finish. This sunscreen does have a little bit of a fragrance. It kind of smells like baby powder. It's just a very light baby powder type scent to it. It does dissipate when you wear it for a bit, but initially you're gonna smell a little bit of that. So don't be alarmed, because I was like, I thought this was a fragrance-free sunscreen, and then I got it and smelt it and there was a little bit of fragrance, but it's nothing overwhelming. I didn't find it irritating in my nasal passages, and y'all know I'm sniffling all year round. I have a very sensitive nose, but this one didn't really bother it at all. As always, I'll be wearing this one with a moisturizer, without a moisturizer, and then underneath makeup. So the first day I wore it, I did wear it with a moisturizer, and as you guys will see, the finish really is kind of dewy. When you first put it on, it's going to give you a bit of a glow, but after letting it settle in, it becomes more of a natural finish, nothing too shiny. It does feel very lightweight on. This is kind of a water-based sunscreen, so it's supposed to be lightweight, which is good, but very lightweight. It's spread out very easily. I wasn't having any irritation on my eyes. I did apply this on my eyes and didn't have any problems with it. And I found that it didn't feel heavy, it didn't feel sticky, and it didn't pill on me, which is great. So after 15 minutes of wearing it, I'm in natural lighting, so you guys can see I'm standing by my window. It really dried down and looks like I didn't put much of anything on. It just looks like I have a little bit of a moisturizer on. It gives you that natural finish. I wasn't tacky or sticky. It completely dried down for me, and it felt like nothing, which is exactly what I look for in a summer sunscreen. And then after wearing it for 2 hours and coming back, as you guys will see, I have oily skin, so we always expect some oils in the T-zones, but it really doesn't look shiny at all. It looked pretty much the same as when I initially applied it, which means that this isn't making me any greasier. I don't necessarily know if it's controlling my oils, maybe slightly, since I guess I expected to look shiny and I wasn't, but it really maintained the natural finish even after 2 hours. And with reapplication, it went on just as light, just as easily, spread out, dried down quickly. So a great option if you actually reapply your sunscreen. So overall, I'd say it wore beautifully on day one with a slight bit of moisturizer in my acne serum. It just was perfect. Day two, I wore it without anything, so on bare skin, because honestly, this is how I prefer to wear my sunscreens, especially in the summer. I don't want too many layers of anything on my face. So I wanted to test it out with no other products on, and I wasn't as impressed. When I'm putting it on, you're like, all right, it's looking okay. It's a bit dewy, there's a bit of a natural finish, it looks healthy, my skin looks healthy, like, okay, maybe you can wear this on its own. good enough, right? No irritation, it applied pretty easily with no issues. But then I let it set for 15 minutes and came back to my window lighting. And as you guys will see, I look dry. And at first I was like, oh, is this a white cast or do I just look dry? But then I was feeling dry as well. My skin felt like it just wasn't moisturized enough. And I needed a little something extra under, even though I have oily skin. In some of my drier patches, where I, you know, had a bit of acne and there's just a dry patch there, it's still healing up. It looked extra dry there, and just overall my skin did not feel very good and it didn't look very good. So I'd say that it definitely made my dry spots more dry. And also there is a slight ever bit of a cast that made me look extra dry. I don't think I would recommend wearing this one on its own. It definitely wore better, sat better, felt better when I had other products on my face. After wearing it for 2 hours, coming back, it looked okay. My natural oil started to come through, which helped, you know, so I looked a little bit less dry and I felt like it looked pretty healthy, but that was definitely all of my natural oils, not necessarily the sunscreen. And I didn't have to blot or anything because, again, I was dry. And I reapplied over it. Reapplication was pretty good over it. It felt lightweight. Reapplication worked pretty well here, and I wasn't seeing as much of that dryness or that white cast. And then lastly, I wore it with makeup, and with makeup it looked pretty good. I didn't have any issues. I ended up wearing it with a bit of a moisturizer, let that settle in, put the sunscreen on, let that settle in, and then put my makeup on top of it. So there are a couple layers here, and I think it worked well this way. It didn't feel heavy. I didn't feel like I had to put extra products or anything. It just sat nice. It sat perfectly underneath makeup. So I would definitely recommend this if you are a makeup wearer. I will just say, just don't wear it on its own and then put makeup on top of it, because you'll feel like you just need some extra moisture. Definitely put a moisturizer, then put the sunscreen, and then wear your makeup, and you'll be good. Okay, so that's all of the footage, and now I'm gonna give you my overall thoughts on this sunscreen. Regardless of if you have oily skin or dry skin or combo skin or balanced skin, I would say across the board, wear a moisturizer under and then put this on top. If you're oily, put a light moisturizer and then wear this on top. And then if you are more dry, put your more rich moisturizers and then put this on top. So I'd say that this actually should work for all skin types. You'll just have to tweak it a little bit based off the products that you wear underneath. If you have sensitive skin, I didn't have any sensitivities to this. Really no issues whatsoever. I didn't feel my face was itching or irritated. I did wear this on my eyes. I didn't have any issues with it burning or stinging or moving into my eyes, which is great. It kind of just sat where it's supposed to sit. If you have acne prone skin, I didn't experience any breakouts with this. Obviously, with all sunscreens, I will need to wear it more long term to see if that's true, but upon my initial first couple days of wearing it, I didn't have any breakouts with this one. And the fragrance didn't really irritate me, but if you're looking for a true fragrance-free sunscreen, I don't think this is it for you. It does have that slight baby powder type scent. I don't know how else to describe that smell. Is there a better way? I don't know. It just smells like baby powder, but it's very slight. It doesn't stay very long and it goes away. Have a deeper complexion, you should be able to wear it. Again, just be careful with what you have underneath. But I really think that if you're my complexion or even darker than me, you shouldn't have a cast at all if you're wearing it with a moisturizer. How many times am I gonna say that? If you're wearing it with a moisturizer. So yeah, I will definitely be reaching for this one in the summer months. I think it should work well as something that you can quickly put on, reapply nicely with it and have no issues. In the winter months, I think that it should also work well. I'll just put, you know, a heavier moisturizer on and then put this on top. So I'm hoping that this will be a good all year round sunscreen. If you have tried this Skin Aqua UV Super Moisture Milk and you liked it, let me know down in the comments. If you tried it and you disagree, you were not a fan of this one at all, let us know down in the comment section as well. I'd love to chat about it with you guys. We all have different opinions and preferences, like I always say. Just because I like something doesn't mean that you'll necessarily like it. And just because you like it doesn't mean that I'll like it. But that's the beauty of having so many different sunscreen options, right? That's it for today's video. Don't forget to leave your sunscreen recommendations down below. I've recently been thinking about trying some like European EU sunscreens. I don't know where people find them though, because I've done a little bit of research and the shipping is crazy. So if you guys know of any European sunscreens that you really liked and would like me to try, leave that down in the comments. But also let me know where you buy them, because I don't know. Where do people buy them if you're not in Europe? Yeah, let us know. I'd love to try some other ones. So that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.